If you're shopping for a premium dashcam and don't want to compromise on features, the Thinkware U3000 PRO is a model that deserves serious attention. We've been testing this unit for the last few weeks after receiving it from Thinkware, and it's clear that this isn't just another yearly refresh. The U3000 PRO arrives as a successor to Thinkware's previous flagship, a model that has remained one of the most respected options in the market since its launch back in 2023. With upgraded imaging hardware, expanded radar capabilities, and several meaningful improvements throughout the system, this may very well be one of the most advanced dashcams available today. Let's dive in. Moving on to the package itself, Thinkware includes everything needed to get started. Inside the box, you'll find the main camera unit, the rear camera, power accessories, installation materials, and several useful extras. The rear camera itself is slim and discreet, making it easy to position without attracting attention. More importantly, it now benefits from a Sony STARVIS 2 sensor, giving rear footage a substantial upgrade in low-light performance compared to older versions. One particularly useful addition is the new OBD2 power cable. For anyone unfamiliar with OBD2, it's the diagnostic port typically found beneath the dashboard. By powering the dashcam through this connection, users can enable parking mode without having to access the fuse box. It's essentially a plug-and-play alternative to traditional hardwiring. What's clever is that Thinkware designed this cable with flexibility in mind. If you later decide to have a professional installation completed, the connector can be modified into a standard hardwire setup. Thinkware also includes several thoughtful accessories: 7 meters of rear camera cable, extra windshield adhesive pads, wire management clips, heat-blocking film, a CPL filter, a 64GB high-endurance micro SD card. The CPL filter deserves mention because it works much like polarized sunglasses, reducing dashboard reflections and helping improve image clarity during bright daytime conditions. Visually, the U3000 PRO remains familiar to longtime Thinkware users. The overall shape isn't dramatically different from previous generations, but several subtle refinements help modernize the appearance. The textured grille pattern on the front gives the camera a more premium look while adding visual character to the design. Looking at the hardware, the top section houses the rear camera connection and power input, but there's also an important new addition: USB-C. According to Thinkware, this port opens the door for future accessories and optional add-ons. Examples include an infrared interior camera for rideshare drivers or a dedicated LTE module for expanded connectivity. Along the side, you'll find the micro SD card slot, while the rear features physical buttons for manual recording, Wi-Fi, power control, and microphone activation. Once mounted behind the rearview mirror, the camera remains discreet and doesn't interfere with visibility or draw unnecessary attention from outside the vehicle. Installing the U3000 PRO isn't difficult, but because this is a premium setup, it's worth taking the time to do it properly. The process involves routing power to the front camera, running the rear camera cable through the vehicle's trim, and adjusting both cameras for proper coverage. The biggest challenge is simply keeping everything neat and hidden. Whether you're installing it yourself or setting it up for someone else, spending extra time on cable management significantly improves the final result. One upgrade-friendly feature we really appreciate is mount compatibility. The U3000 PRO uses the same windshield mount as the previous U3000 generation. That means existing users can simply slide the older camera off and snap the new Pro model into place without removing or replacing the original mount. It's a small detail, but one that makes upgrading far easier. The easiest way to understand the U3000 PRO is to start with what matters most: footage quality. Up front, Thinkware uses an 8.4 megapixel Sony STARVIS 2 sensor capable of recording true 4K UHD video. In practical terms, that means more detail when you need it most. License plates, road signs, vehicle details, and even pedestrian features remain much easier to identify compared to lower resolution systems. The rear camera records in 2K QHD, providing a significant step up from the Full HD rear cameras that still dominate much of the market. What helps both cameras stand out is the supporting image processing. Thinkware combines wide dynamic range, dual HDR technology, smart exposure adjustments, and lens de-warping. The result is footage that remains balanced in difficult lighting situations. Whether you're driving from a dark parking garage into bright sunlight or encountering strong reflections, the camera continuously adapts to maintain visibility. The lens de-warping also helps produce a more natural image without the exaggerated fisheye effect commonly found on wide-angle dashcams. To help manage storage efficiently, Thinkware uses HEVC compression. This keeps file sizes smaller while maintaining image quality, which becomes increasingly important when recording high-resolution footage for extended periods. Daytime clarity is impressive, but nighttime recording is where the U3000 Pro truly earns its flagship status. The front camera utilizes the Sony STARVIS 2 IMX678 sensor, while the rear camera uses the IMX675. Both are designed to maximize light sensitivity and improve image quality in low light conditions. Thinkware pairs this hardware with Super Night Vision 4.0, which is specifically tuned to improve visibility after dark. During testing in poorly lit roads and parking lots, the camera preserved shadow detail exceptionally well, while preventing headlights and other bright light sources from overwhelming the image. Footage remained clean, detailed, and highly usable in conditions where many cameras begin to struggle. Among the dash cams we've tested, this is easily one of the strongest performers for night driving. One of the biggest reasons many drivers choose Thinkware over competing brands is parking surveillance. The U3000 Pro continues that tradition while introducing meaningful upgrades to the radar system. Instead of relying solely on motion detection through video analysis, Thinkware uses low-power radar sensors to monitor activity around your vehicle while it's parked. When an incident occurs, the camera automatically saves a 20-second recording, consisting of 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the event. For the Pro version, Thinkware expanded the radar operating frequency range from previous generations to 59.5 to 62.4 GHz. The benefit is improved incident capture quality and more reliable recording when someone approaches or impacts your vehicle. It also helps produce clearer footage that can make identifying license plates or vehicles significantly easier in hit-and-run situations. Another major improvement is detection range. Previous models could monitor activity up to approximately 5 meters away. The U3000 Pro doubles that distance, expanding coverage to as much as 10 meters and creating a much larger protective zone around the vehicle. Even with these upgrades, power consumption has actually decreased. It now draws just 4.8 milliamps, roughly 10% less power than the previous generation, which means longer parking protection without placing unnecessary strain on your vehicle's battery. To further protect the hardware, Thinkware includes thermal management features that automatically reduce activity or shut the system down when temperatures become excessively high. After spending some time with the Thinkware U3000 Pro, it's clear that this is a true flagship product built around performance, reliability, and long-term peace of mind. Between the true 4K front camera, 2K rear recording, upgraded STARVIS 2 sensors, expanded radar parking protection, low power consumption, USB-C expandability, and Thinkware's extensive durability testing, this system offers one of the most complete dashcam packages currently available. Whether you're a first-time buyer looking for something dependable or an enthusiast searching for top-tier technology, the U3000 Pro delivers at a very high level. Just make sure you take advantage of the included high-endurance micro SD card and OBD2 cable so you can unlock the full parking surveillance experience. If you'd like to learn more or check current pricing, we'll leave links below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.